Hi all, this is Jeanette K Caines from Jewelry Arts Inc. In this video, we're going to bezel set a gorgeous piece of sea glass. We're also going to use a little bit of glue, so I'll explain when I use it, why I use it, and how I use it.
So we're just getting ready now to set. As you see, I just basically folded up a paper towel and put it in there, nice and cushiony. Some people make beautiful little leather jaws to put inside here. I lose them instantly, so I go with the easily available and low-tech folded up paper towel. Um, as you can see, look how pretty it looks. Delicious and gorgeous. Now, when we were looking at this before, I believe that the bezel was taken down maybe a little bit further than is completely recommended. Doctor recommended it's a little lower. So I said, what we're going to do is we're still going to set it normally, but we're going to use a little bit of epoxy. So when I use glue when I set, it's not because I'm just like, oh, I don't feel like setting, I'm just going to glue that shit in there. It's usually because for whatever reason, I feel slightly dubious about it having enough height to really hold on to it. You know what I mean? That's fine. It's no, it's fine to talk, but when it gets louder than me, then I lose track of what I'm saying. And now you have all that on recording. That was me giving the Satan look across. It burns holes right in you. It's a patented technique that I have. The longer you become a teacher, I think Amy is still developing hers. She's still like much nicer than I am. But I have, after like 35 years, I got like the evil, like, yeah, it's a dagger eye kind of a situation. So at any rate, what I was saying is it's like we don't use glue because we're like, oh, I don't feel like setting. You're using it in a situation where you just feel like, I don't know, there's a chance that it's not quite enough. So, like, for example, if your stone is very straight up and down and doesn't have much of a slope, it's much harder to hold on to it. So, that would be a scenario where I might use a little extra glue. Sometimes we use a little bit of glue when we're setting opals because I just don't want to use too much force where, and again, we're still going to set the bezel, but it's just a little additional help. Now, a couple of key points. You don't want to put glue on the bottom, right? Now, in this case, the bottom is open, so that would definitely not work. But usually, we're always putting shiny silver or something on the bottom to raise the stone up. So, like, you're not trying to glue the stone to that. So, what I'm going to do is we're going to put, I'll use my high-tech pointing tool, toothpick. We're going to actually, I'll let Amy get in for a little close up. Like, we're going to put a little bit of glue, like right in here in the side. Do you know what I mean? Like right in there. And we're going to use a very tiny little amount. Too much glue just goobers everywhere and it doesn't help. Which brings me to the important point. I'm going to find a paper towel in here and dip it in a little water because if you get glue anywhere when it's wet, you wipe it off with a wet paper towel. No big deal, no problem. You only notice it after it's set, then you're screwed and you got to soak it in some kind of like attack or whatever. And it's like a whole thing. So make sure you're ready. Okay. So what I'm going to do also, like the glue, don't stick anything in the glue that you don't want it to be permanently attached to. So usually I use like an out of date something or other and something like a Q-tip or a toothpick or whatever. Okay. So we're going to mix an equal amount of each. And because the glue is clear, you don't want to put one drop on top of the other because then suddenly you don't know if you have more of one than the other, and you need an equal amount to get the whole chemical reaction to do its thing. So I usually do a dot and then I do another dot next to it, and then that way if it isn't matching I can just add more to one or the other. Okay, now like you see, I've got more here than there, so I'll add a little bit to the other one. Now, you don't have to get mega insane OCD, but a little. There you go. I think that looks good. Okay, and you're going to mix it a little more than you think you have to. Because the mixing is what like really creates the chemical bond and all that kind of thing. So you don't want to just be like, okay, I'm done. Give it an extra few swirls, like so, like so. Okay. And like I said, I don't really want a lot. I'm going to get a little on the ends. And I think what I'm going to do is put just like a little dot, maybe in 4 spots. You know what I mean? The 2 ends and here. But you see where it is, right? On the side of the bezel, because that's where you're going to be getting the best contact. Like so. And then the ends. And here's the thing, this glue does set up relatively quickly. So this is not the kind of shit where you can like put it in here and then be like, oh, I'm going to take a phone call or go get a coffee or do something else. Like you have, that's why you notice I had everything out, everything ready. You know what I mean? Put the glue in. We're going to stick the stone in.
Wait, that's the wrong way.
This way?
Hold on. This is the top, and that's the top.
Okay, like so.
Yep.
And you notice, ta-da, my wood stick. Put it in there and press, press, press. You want something with a nice flat bottom. And I pretty much always use dowels because they're soft. They're not going to hurt your stone. So for stone setting and for like 300 other things, like dowels are pretty indispensable. And if you look from the side, you can see what I mean, where like, honestly, that bezel could have been a little higher. There's a little, you know, there's kind of a lot of the stone showing, which is pretty, but it's slightly risky, which is why we did a little bit of the glue. Now I'm going to go ahead and set right now, which of course I didn't bring my bezel roller over, so I'm going to just show you this video as a cautionary tale. Get your shit together before you put the glue in there. I'm going to go get it. Pause. No, and that no time has passed. I've got my bezel roller. You're going to fit that in the palm of your hand, you know, with your thumb and your forefinger on either side like so. Now I'm a little vertically challenged, so I tend to stand up when I set to get better leverage. Okay, so I'm going to do like so. Press, you know what I mean? You just make sure it's in there in a really nice spot. Okay, and I'm going to start like so. And you notice how I've got my elbow up in the air. If your angle's too low like this, it tends to want to eject the stone, and nobody wants that, right? So I'll scooch to the side so maybe you can see a little better. Okay, so I'm going to press in and back and forth like so, and I'm going to flip it around. That's why I love using the engraving ball, because it's like so handy. Press in, back and forth. Okay, in and back and forth. And then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go in and back and forth all the way around. Never do this or this and roll to the top. You're really only working on that very top edge. Okay, basically you want your bezel roller to always be at 45 degrees to the top of the bezel, because if your angle's too low, the stone just tends to eject, which, you know, funny but wrong. Okay, and I put that rubber band on there so that would sit there and behave itself. Well, I guess this is just going to be a cautionary tale video. There we go. Okay, press in, back and forth, and you'll notice all the force is coming from my shoulder. So people be like, oh, I'm not that strong. It's got nothing to do with your strength. It's leverage, right? So, because that's the way this works, is the force comes down, travels through. That's why you want a tool that fits in the palm of your hand, because the force then just travels right through and out through the end of the tool. Okay, and I'm just going to work my way all the way around. And this bezel was nice and tight to begin with 2 thumbs up for you, Cindy. Cindy did a great job. Okay, and I'm gonna work my way all the way around, press in, back and forth. And usually I do that until like all the spaces are closed. We might do a little bit of light hammering from the top. Now, granted, this is sea glass, so you're like, okay, glass can be fragile, but of course this poor thing has tumbled through the ocean for like, I don't know, the last 100 years or whatever. So you're like, maybe we'll just be careful, you know? One would like to think if it can live through that, it can live through anything. Okay, and I'll let Amy do a little close up. Like, we're not 100% done. There's some small, you know, very small little gaps, but I'm going to turn it over to Cindy and just have her work on it. Keep your elbow high. I'm going to throw this in the garbage because some unnamed people have been known to stick their elbows in it. If you don't remove it immediately. Ask me how I know. So I'm going to give this a Cindy and then we'll check back in.